Hi, I'm coming to you today from a cold Louisiana where it's about 30-something degrees with snow still on the ground. My video and my discussion this week is about one of my favorite Civil War movies of all time, Glory. I have decided to do this because I wrote a research paper for a Civil War Studies class on the 54th Massachusetts. My research I got, my background research, are in two books. One's by Dudley Taylor Cornish called Sable Armed Black Troops in the Union Army, 1861 to 1865. And the other one is Where Death and Glory Meet, Colonel Robert Gould Shaw in the 54th Massachusetts Regiment by Russell Duncan. I also was able to get 4 articles that talk about the 54th Massachusetts. One of them was by Robert Gould Shaw himself and was edited by Brenda Lawson, and it was his letters of his letters home and his experiences in the 54th Massachusetts. The other articles I have, one of them is by David Blythe. He's a historian. It's called The Meaning or Fight, Frederick Douglass in the Memory of the 54th Massachusetts. Another one is by Martin Coultier, Robert Gould Shaw in the Burning of Darien, Georgia. And another one by Chadwick Hansen, the 54th Massachusetts Volunteer Black Infantry as a Subject for American Artists. African American troops fought with bravery in the Union Army during the Civil War. They were conscripted into service by President Abraham Lincoln by the Second Confiscation and Militia Act in 1862. And one of the most famous African American regiments was the 54th Massachusetts. It was led by white officer Robert Gould Shaw and participated in several battles of the Civil War. One of the most famous battles the 54th Massachusetts fought in was in Fort Wagner in South Carolina in 1863. And the battle was made famous by the movie Glory. This regiment also participated in the Battle of Honey Island, as well as one soldier being awarded the Medal of Honor for his bravery during the battle at Fort Wagner in South Carolina. My articles that I got, in the one by David Blythe, he talks about the meaning of, in the memory of the 54th Massachusetts, and how Frederick Douglass pushed for this and pushed for them to be enacted. In fact, the governor of Massachusetts is the one that formed this regiment. Another article that I have was by Chadwick Hansen, in which he talks about the 54th Massachusetts and their performance in battle, but he also talks about how they not only performed in battle, but they also, at the beginning, when they were formed in the beginning, all they were used was for manual labor. They weren't used for battle. And this article also talks about how white officers and white troops were very prejudiced against the 54th Massachusetts as well as other black regiments. In the article by Melton Gautier, he talks about how before the 54th Massachusetts fought at Fort Wagner, they were used to burn Darien, Georgia. And that's when Robert Gould Shaw went to his father, who was very important in politics in Massachusetts, and asked that they be used for more than just manual labor and things that they shouldn't have been used for.